was viewing before so many video stories, hope. And I'm like, I hope one day I will be one of them. So here I am.
Here you are. Yay. So welcome everybody to another
Lovely.
story of hope. And today I have Fiona with me. And I'm so excited. And before we were recording, but I might edit out the beginning. Fiona said that she'd listened to Stories of Hope and was looking forward to one day being on. And so I'm so excited that you're here. Do you want to introduce yourself and share a little bit about yourself and your journey? And I don't even know, like, yeah, what did you find helpful for the Stories of Hope? Or like, what do you, because sometimes people say, oh, I wish that somebody else said this. And so I don't know, I'm just going to pass it over to you.
Yay. So my name is Fiona. I'm 30 years old. I live in Scotland, in Edinburgh. And my anxiety starts like 3.5 years ago. I was at home. I remember still that night I was at home and I just couldn't breathe. I had a feeling like what's going on with me. And this when the anxiety starts and was over and over for days and days and weeks. And I was just like, I don't know, I'm not okay. I have a feeling. My heart was like all the time. I couldn't breathe. I was at work. And I still had that feeling for months until one day, I have a business in Edinburgh. I have a beauty salon. And still one day I would start feeling very dizzy. And I was like, what's going on with me? And my vision was blurred, very, very dizzy. And I went to the doctor. I did an MRI because I was really, really, oh my God, if I have tumor, if I have so many health issues. So I went for the MRI and everything was okay, but I didn't know, I didn't have a clue that was anxiety that causing me that. And but now I realize that I was all my life anxious about, like, I'm an overthinker, I'm a Gemini. So I overthink everything about work, about finances, everything. And the work start being really, really busy. So with appointments and everything, like this is life. Every job has stressful times. And the MRI was fine, was everything okay, but I still was dizzy. So I went to a doctor again. I took some medication for dizziness, but the dizziness was there all the time. And until one day, this happened this year in January, I start having intrusive thoughts. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm losing my mind. Because I have very like similar story with you. One of my cousin have like mental issues, problems. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what if I will be like her? Like, what's going on with me? I'm not okay. I will lose my mind. I will disappoint all my family. And all, like, they didn't know me. I am like the gem of the family. I am the hard work, and everything will go down. And one day I found you. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not the only one. Those are okay. The intrusive thoughts are okay. If I can say, I would say what my intrusive thoughts was that time, if that's okay.
Yeah, please do. People, it's helpful.
I start feeling very like fears from nights, and I was like, what if I kill my husband tonight? And I was like, oh my God, what thoughts are those? Like, I'm a criminal. I'm a disaster. What if I do this? And I remember I couldn't sleep for nights and nights and nights. My sleep was very, very, very bad. But I still going to work, but my face was completely down, very unhappy. My clients would recognize it. They was like, what's going on with you? Are you okay? And I was looking so many videos, which was a huge mistake, going through Instagram and scroll, and you're like, oh, this is me, or maybe I will do this. If I do that, I will doing a lot of things like typing, meditation, breath work, a lot. Every event, I was the first one. Like, I will do meditation because after I will feel very good, but no. And I called one of my doctor back home to Albania, and I was like, I feel that way. What should I do? Should I take some medication and stuff? So I started the medication for anxiety. I was really, really worried in the beginning because I thought if I would start the medication will never stop, but no. But anyway, I will tell this. I start experiencing DPDR, deep realization and derealization. I start experiencing that. I didn't know the terms by the time, but when I was seeing your videos, I was like, oh my God, this is me. This is me. But this is a signal, like a protection for me. This is a love letter. It's nothing to be worried about. And a year ago, my sister-in-law was experiencing the same thing as me. So she helped me a lot, actually. But all the time, I was monitoring myself. And I was asking her for everything. Like, did that thing happen to you? This thing happened to me today. What if, lots of what if. And I became a membership of you, and I saw so many stories of people, and I was feeling better. But what was a great insight for me was we don't need time to heal. We are already healed. We are okay. You understand this when you just get over anxiety, but I start being part of the membership, and I being part of the 3 principles, which changed my life, not for anxiety, but for everything now in my life. And I was reading so many books, and these books helped me change completely my life. Nicola Burt, which I really like to call anxiety Bob. Every time that a thoughts is so urgent, I'm like, Bobs, go away. No, you're not invited right now. Yeah. And right now I'm in Greece in holidays. And last year I was here, the same hotel, the same time, the same room. And last year I was really, really bad. Like all the time laid down, very dizzy. And this time everything looks like magical, so beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? I thought I will go again because I want to see myself, how I will feel. And everything is beautiful right now. I have 3 big insights that helps me a lot. I was looking from you, if you remember, I was asking you all the time through messages like, Lily, please give me insights because I'm already there, but I need something. Yeah. But actually, it's me. I don't need to ask anyone. It's inside of me. And I think it's inside of everyone else. What they're looking for, it's inside. Because I know it by then. I know it by intellect. What are the anxiety, intrusive thoughts, DPDR, but not insight. What the Sydney Banks talk about, like insights. And one day I was at work and I was like, okay, me and anxiety, we are a really toxic relationship, like a boy and a girl. Very toxic. Do I need that relationship? No. And it was like that, just like a thought. And I was just, that feeling, you just got the insight and you're like, okay, that's it. And that's what's for me. I swear, from that day, I was like, oh my God, it was so easy. Why I was all the time so anxious and everything. And another insight I had, it was like, I've been working all my life since 14 years old. And it was like, do I deserve this life? No, I deserve better. I deserve to live free. I deserve to be happy and to enjoy my life, because I'm 30 right now and this age will never come. So I need to enjoy. And every time right now when the thoughts come, doesn't have, like, for example, for me, anxiety can come. Absolutely. The intrusive thought can come, but doesn't affect me anymore. They're like, oh, it's Bob. Like, I know you, but you're not here anymore. Like, I need to enjoy my life. You just please go away. And that's me right now. Yeah, that was kind of my stories. And what I realized is
oh no, you go. You keep talking.
Okay. What I realized, I told you before, like, I've been anxious all my life because my mom was kind of super protective to me, like, oh, please be careful over there, because if you go, someone can steal you, or someone can be over you with a knife and you can kill at night, like, you know, those thoughts. And you're like, oh, I need to be protected, like, everywhere where I am. Or in the beach right now, I was thinking today, she was all the time, she was like, please don't go away, because you may go, like, you know, like, thoughts and thoughts. She doesn't know by then. She knows, like, this is the way to protect me. And before, I was so angry with her. I was like, please, mom, stop. Don't tell me, because I would start being annoyed by being overprotected all the time. And now she was in holiday with me, and I was like, mom, you will be with me, but please, I don't want to hear anymore the word, like, be careful. And she didn't say nothing to me, like, and the another fact that was causing my anxiety by a couple of months, actually, I had a miscarriage. And I really want to talk about this, because the woman doesn't talk a lot about this. I know it's absolutely hard, and I know it's can destroy your feelings and everything, but I think we need to take all the what the things happen in our life more slowly and easygoing. Like, so many things can happen in our life. I lost my dad, I lost my boyfriend, I lost my baby, and now I am married. I have a beautiful house and a gorgeous job and a gorgeous life. So things can go ups and down as the thoughts. One thought came and another goes and another came, like, they have the nature to flow. So life is beautiful, life is gorgeous. And what I've learned, because it's nothing to do with moods. Like, a good mood can come and another, like, it's moods, it's ups and down, but being through over anxiety is completely a feeling, a good feeling, like freedom. For me, it's all the time like, oh my God, I will never be upset again. I am live. I'm so happy. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to explain sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. I've loved everything that you shared. And I feel the same way, because when you've experienced such severe anxiety, then you're like so grateful for this freedom. I love the insight you had about the toxic relationship too. And also like, I deserve better. And when you're in a toxic relationship, to be out of it, you're like, I'm free, you know? And it's like really feels so free. So I just loved everything you shared. I'm curious, what happened to your dizziness? Did it go away too?
Um, what it goes away, happens sometimes, but I'm like, that's fine, it will go. Like, I don't want to take so many for everything, actually, for the thoughts and everything. I think that's the formula to go away. If you start thinking a lot about this thing, it will stay forever. It's really hard to go. I'm like, yeah, it can be there, it's fine, nothing will can destroy me, I'm good, I'm healthy, I will go out for a drink, I will go out for something, so it will go. And actually it goes. It's when I feel again from like, oh, I'm dizzy. No, I'm not, because I'm just not thinking about it. I'm like, I'm not taking so much care about these things that doesn't it's not important anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm still on my medication, because I forgot to tell about this. And I think for 1 month more I will be in medication, because it's impossible to just needs to be the doses needs to be down and down until you finish at all. But I'm so excited about this as well. I don't have any fears anymore, like, oh, what happen if I will finish, I will experience anxiety again and again. No, I can experience anxiety again and again, but I don't want to like be present in my life. And you know what I mean, like, so yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And I completely agree about how it works for everything. Even I have Invisalign, so like these invisible braces, I got them yesterday and they hurt. And yesterday it really hurt. And I got curious, what would this feeling like be without thoughts? You know, and it actually went away. And it was so funny. So whether it's dizziness or anything, or even like the actual pain, I don't want, not like,
Yes.
I'm not going to think about it.
Yes.
It really feels like there's even freedom from this pain, where if I think about it, I'm like, oh, because it feels so weird. I just want to rip them off because there's these other weird things. But then I just go on with my life and I forget about it, you know?
Yes,
And that's how it is, whether it's,
that's true.
yeah. Because I was dizzy too when I flew to London, and I don't know what happened, but I got really dizzy. I was like, felt like how I'll feel like seasick for a few days, but I didn't, I just let it be there. I went around my day. I went to the conference,
Yes.
and I was like nauseous and dizzy. And I was like a little bit sad, but not about that. I just missed my kids. And then I don't know, I just didn't, it went away because I didn't focus on it. I didn't try to fix it, you know, because sometimes when we try, and I see that,
Exactly.
I love that. I love your energy is really infectious too. You seem really like great.
Yes, and everyone here, it's like, because I have so many friends here, and like, Fiona, what have you done? Have you done something on your face? And I'm like, no, I'm just happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shine different when we are happy. Everyone, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yesterday I had a headache as well, very, very bad. And I was like, for the moment, I was thinking, what if? And I'm like, no, 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 it's nothing to be worried about. It's just a headache. I will take something and it will go away. And that's why I said before, the three principles helps me a lot about everything in my life. Everything, every thought, every kind of relationship, jobs, husband, moms, dad, everything. Um,
Yeah.
it's so easy actually. When I was um, seeing the videos of Sydney Banks, and I was like, what he's talking about? And I know you was telling so many times, like, it's okay if you can't understand me what I'm saying. Like, okay. And I would start listening by intellect, and I was viewing by intellect, but not with my heart, not from my insight. And when I let myself free and I was listening with my deep own me, I was like, oh my God, that's so easy. Like, this is so, so true. Like, our consciousness brings every thoughts in life.
Yeah. Well, and I love that. So if people, maybe if this is someone's first episode that they were listening to, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what do the three principles mean to you? About, I think you shared one where it was like, consciousness brings our thoughts to life, but and there's no right or wrong way to say them, but if somebody was curious, when you say, oh, the three principles, really change so many areas of your life, which is same for me, like business, relationships, every single thing. So I agree. What do the three principles mean to you, or how would you describe that understanding? Or yeah.
So this a person with anxiety, maybe if he listened that what I said 2 seconds ago, maybe he was misunderstood. He was like, okay, now I'm anxious, so that's why I'm experiencing this in my life, and it will be forever. But no, it's absolutely not like this. Now, for example, I had so many thoughts in my mind, like, when sometimes we're like, why I'm feeling like this? Because we have so many thoughts, and they goes, and they makes you feel like not good, or you feel anxious, or everything about this. When we have like beautiful thoughts, or when we have a good state of mind, and I don't know, how should I say, for example, now I'm here and I'm so excited that I will go tomorrow to work, and I will clean my salon, and I will meet everyone. Like, my nervous system like goes up, and I'm like, wow, this is so good. So it's the same with three principles. And I really loved when I saw the Cinebanks, the video, and it was two perception of viewing. There was two guys outside at night, and one saw a beautiful sky with so many lights, and everything was gorgeous. And someone else they was viewing the same thing, but they doesn't, like, how should I say, they doesn't view two same things. They saw different kind of things. So this is everything. It's thoughts in our life. Everything, it's thoughts. That's why I said before, like, I'm here for the second time, and last year everything was so bad for me. I didn't enjoy nothing at all. Now I was in the sun, in the sea, and I was like, oh my God, life is so beautiful. Like, I'm experiencing this right now because I have a beautiful mind, a gorgeous state of mind. That's why I'm experiencing this. So that's why the three principles helps me a lot. And the fact that the brain and the mind are two different things. And the mind is so magical. Like, our mind can do everything. It's huge, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. We can create everything that we want with our mind, the universal mind. And yeah, I don't know. I have so many insight, but it's hard to express and to say, like, you know what I mean? It's deep in me, but I think everyone can feel it from my energy.
Yes. You're doing a great job explaining your insights and explaining the principles. So, and you're right though, too. Even if someone's like, wait, I don't know exactly what she's talking about, that's okay. Because if you're just in a good feeling, and to me, your feeling is one of like freedom and hope, and that your experience is possible for everybody. And I'm curious if this was you a year ago when you were in Greece and you just happened to a YouTube video popped up, what would you say to you a year ago? Like, yeah, what would you say to a year ago you?
I would say just let the feelings be. However you feel right now, just let it be there. Do not try to change or to fix everything. It's you. It will pass. Nothing stay forever. It will pass. Absolutely, it will pass. I thought never will pass, but absolutely it will. Just let it be. Even the clouds, like Nicola Bird say, if the sun and the clouds are together, we can do nothing. We can move the clouds or the sun. They're just there. I
Hi,
don't know what happened. Hi.
okay, you're back.
I think it's me. Sorry, but the Wi-Fi is not great.
That's okay. It's working.
Um, yeah, I was saying just let it be every feelings. Let it be there. And it will pass. I couldn't sleep for nights and nights and nights. And every morning I was wake up and I was like, oh, my thoughts are still there. They wake up the next day. Yesterday I had a feeling like, oh, maybe I will not sleep enough tonight. I don't know why this thought came to my mind. And I was thinking twice, three times, and I'm like, oh, this thought is affecting me. What if I try to not think anymore about this? And I had the best sleep of my life. Just because do not think, just leave it be there, leave it be there. We don't have any problem. We are healthy. Everyone who have anxiety, and it's healthy. We are healthy. It's just a time. It will pass. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I love what you're saying. And also when you brought in your mom, how you were healthy, but your mom, and also your mom's healthy too. But when she was overprotective and watch out about this, watch out about this, it didn't mean that you were in actual danger. Kind of the metaphor of your mom being like the anxious mind, like,
Absolutely.
and then when you said to her mom, just, it didn't mean that you were in danger or that you were unhealthy. It just was from love too. Like, hey, watch out. And this
Yeah.
might happen. Watch out. You might not sleep. And then you can realize, no, there's no truth to that. Like, and if somebody is listening and they're like, how did you not think about it? And to me, when you were sharing, it was an idea that occurred. What if I tried not to think about it? But if somebody was like, how do you do that? How, what would you say to them? How did you not think about not sleeping? How, if you had it 3 times, how did you do that?
What what really helped me a lot, it was, okay, if I don't sleep tonight, at least I will rest. I will just stay and I will rest. This helped me a lot. I was like, oh my God, I just I don't need to do nothing. I don't need to put myself on sleep immediately because I need to work the next morning. It's okay. If you don't sleep, it's absolutely fine. Or it's hard not think about a thing when it really goes in your mind like tick, 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 all the time. But if you, it's so easy. Like you think for a boy, if you love a boy, you think for a boy every second because you love him. That's why anxiety wants you to love him all the time. But the toxic relationship doesn't help. So just let it go. Like a boy or a girl, let it go. Marry the love of your life. So do do whatever makes you happy. Let it go.
Yeah. Well, is it kind of like for you when when you really see someone's toxic or you really lose the attraction to them, it can make it easier not to think about them because you're like, ew, or whatever it is. Kind of like when you really saw the truth about anxiety, or the truth even behind that thought of what if you don't sleep? It was like, well, I'm not scared of that. Like, I'll just rest.
Exactly.
And so to get
Exactly.
feeling like where it becomes easy because you see the truth, just like when you just are turned off by somebody, it's easy not to think about them because you're like, no, that's just toxic. I don't want any part of that. I deserve better. And I think that's when I love what you're saying because you listen and you've had insights. And then when you have insights, because that's the same as me, I sometimes have an anxious thought and I don't have to try hard because I understand it. Kind of like when we're little kids, even if our mom is nagging us, it's actually not hard to dismiss her because we're like, oh, that's my mom. She's really worried and I'm going to have a good time at the beach. We're not working hard. We just are like, whatever, mom, this is always her. She's always like, put the sunscreen on and be careful of the waves and don't talk. You're like, I'm still having a good time. Our mom can be there. And that's kind of like how our anxious brain or Bob, I love when you say that because I'll have thoughts. I just came back from London and Barcelona and I was going to be up and then come back to being a mom. And so I had thoughts like, oh, what, same as you. What if you get home and you're so tired, but you have to stay up and make dinner for your son? And how are you going to feel the next day? Because he's at camp and he has camp, this other sports camp and da da da. And I thought, well, I don't know, like I'll be fine. Like I'm not also, it was like, if I sleep, great. If I'm tired, that's fine too. Like it's not, but I used to have those thoughts and then be like, oh my God, yeah, what if, and have all this imagination. And now I guess for me, it's like, yeah, I'm
Exactly.
not really afraid of it. It's like, well, it's okay even if I don't sleep. It's okay if I'm tired. I was so afraid to be tired or feel off. And then what if I felt anxious? And what if I panicked? And what if I lost my mind? And now I'm like, I'm healthy. This is you like, I'm healthy. It's fine if I don't sleep for a night or I'm tired. Like it's not so I don't feel like I'm hanging on and a bad night's sleep or something is going to push me over. It's like, oh, I'm solid and I'm okay.
Exactly. That was the same for me as well.
Yeah.
Um, every thought that comes in my mind right now, I'm like, that's fine. It will pass. Another thought will came, more beautiful. So, and it just goes away. It's weird. Not weird, but because I was anxious for so many years and months. And after, like, it was kind of freedom. For example, I say to the post as well that I did days ago, I traveled by myself from Edinburgh to Albania, and I will never travel in my life by my own. Like this was the first time ever because I really want someone next to me because I was anxious or I was really anxious from flight, and now I'm not anymore. I was there all the time, drinking wine, so happy. Like I don't know how should I say. It was really really freedom, and so many thoughts came to my mind. Like, what if the plane can fell off, and what if I died, and what if anxiety will be on the plane to me and my heart palpitation and things like that. But nothing happened. And I was like, well, this is not my thoughts. I am free from anxiety and nothing affects to me anymore, actually.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. I I love that because I think what you're saying is so human and realistic and very, it's not like you're saying, oh, well, I never have a thought. You're like, no, I can have any thought pop up. And
No,
you're understanding.
absolutely.
It's like, oh, it comes and it doesn't make an impact. And then it goes. And that's the cool thing when you really see, because I did all that too, like the tapping, I'd have thoughts and I'd be there. And then it would be this big focus. And now a thought can come and then it goes. Like I can have a thought on the airplane, like, oh, what if this person opened the door? Or what if I opened the door? And it's like, I don't know. Then I just forget about it. I just have a sip of water and it's gone. And it's like, but before I'd be like, oh my God, what does that mean? And what if I open the door and I'm crazy? And I'd be like, oh, and now I'm
Yeah,
like, whatever. I mean,
yes, that's
it just is like the thoughts flow all on their own. That was a huge one for me. It was like, oh, any thought's free to come because as you said, it's like, doesn't even mean that I even thought it. And it just is on its way out.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one thing that I would say when I was experiencing anxiety, I thought it was so hard for me to cry or to feel emotional, or I don't know. And in my mind was like, okay, now I can't cry because I'm blocked off emotional, like I'm blocked emotionally, or I can't be happy enough because I'm blocked emotionally because I have anxiety, which is so wrong. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing that, but for me it was a big thing because I'm a very emotional person. Like if I see a movie, I will cry, or I don't know, very emotional. And I wasn't for a long time of period. I wasn't. But actually, it's not true because, as I said, we are humans and we are not broken. We are full of health inside of us, and it's just a time and it will go, it will pass, will not stay forever. I want everyone to know this. I've been one of them, and I thought I will never be a normal person again. But here I am, and I am more stronger, and nothing can stop me right now. Like I had that feeling, and I feel it's not like temporary kind of feeling, because of course I have like ups and downs kind of moments, but it's like a state that I prefer to stay here right now. And because I had so many worse time, nothing can hurt me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so before, after miscarriage, I was so afraid to have a baby again because I was like, no, I'm not, because I feel so bad. Now I'm like, okay, if I have a baby, it's hard for me because I don't have so many people in Edinburgh, but I'm like, it will be fine. I will fly with the baby, even if it's 2, 3 months. I will fly. I will go to visit my mom. Like, it's absolutely fine. So that's why the three principles helps me a lot for those kind of small things. Or I had a situation a couple of days ago for my business with one of my clients. But before me, I will be like, oh my God, I lost it. What I have done? I like, super overthinking for everything. Now I'm like, no, I deserve this because I am this kind of person. Or start analyzing more the situation, not in anxious state, but like normal state. And everything goes down actually when you just feel, when you just think like normally. And another thing that it was for me was I can't think, I can clear the situation if I think more. This is so true, and it's such like a big thing for me. Because I heard it like from you, I think in one of your videos. It's like when we need something, we're like, think. I need to find it right now. But it's not actually. It's such a big mistake when we're asking for an answer, for a big answer. If the state of mind goes down and the nervous system goes to normal, that's we find the perfect answer. And we're like, okay, it will go that way. I don't need to be, it's not a danger. It's not right now the question. I need to find the answer. So yeah.
I love that. That was, I think Michael Neal said that, and I took it.
Yeah.
Said, I'm never
Yeah.
going to think clearly by thinking more. And I thought of this,
Yes.
because it's like, but we think, I got to think, and what am I going to do? Whether it's about business or anxiety, or I'm dizzy, or my heart's beating. And then, but
Yes.
to take the business example, we think we don't see clearly. But as you said, if we just set it down, this is how we're designed. This is how everybody's designed. Everybody's designed really beautifully. And that's why we keep feeling anxious,
Yes.
getting stuck, because we keep thinking innocently, we shake ourselves up. And that's why we feel bad, not because we're broken, but we set it down, whether it's the thought about sleep, the thought about business, thought about dizziness, it settles. And then we also just return to balance. But if there is an answer, it's there. And the bonus is we don't suffer in between. We're not driving ourselves crazy. And I'm curious though,
Exactly.
you've mentioned nervous system twice, and and so for me, before I
Yeah.
came in Three Principles Understanding, I was like, I got to heal my nervous system. And I, shook myself up, and I thought healing my nervous system, I was going to have to work hard at it. But what I found was just by
Yes.
doing less, my nervous system settled. Like that's how I'm designed. And I'm curious what your experience
That's true.
was, with if somebody said, okay, wait, so did you heal your nervous system? Did you work hard at it? How did your nervous system settle? What's your experience?
Um, Absolutely not. I had I saw so many videos and stories about like, because you've been anxious and now you need to change your, you need to program yourself about this, about that. Oh, just 1 second, please.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Um, about nervous system, I was looking so many videos like, I need to reprogram myself because I had those thoughts for a long time, so I need to change them now. How should I change them? But actually I did nothing to change my nervous system. It's, and if you see, like, if the people see all the time like videos like that, just scroll, do not see them. You don't need to do nothing to change your nervous system. Because I was thinking about this a lot, like I've been programming myself a long time. How should I change all my thoughts? How should I shift them like to another completely different nervous system? But I did nothing, actually, just nothing.
Yeah. I also did nothing. And, or sometimes, how do I rewire my nervous system? And should I retrain my thoughts? And I tried all of that too. There were so many things. I love also that you just said, scroll away, because what it is it's just going to make it seem harder. But we are designed so beautifully where actually growing a baby, we don't do anything with our mind. Do you know what I mean? We're designed to grow a baby. And then after a miscarriage or after the birth of our child, we don't actually have to think our way going back. Our body does that on its own. We're designed beautifully physically, just like we get a sunburn, our body heals it. We get a cut, our body heals it. We break our bone, our body, and that's this universal mind. And so just like we get, what I mean? You'll see that, like say if you're in a movie and you get really startled, or you're like, we don't do anything and we're not startled anymore. Or we're like sad in a movie and then we're not, you know? And it's like, I think that's how we're designed in every situation, whether it's nervous system or like, oh, I had these weird thoughts. Like, I just love that you said that, because I think part of what was so helpful for me was, oh, there's less for me to do. And then I just had less thinking and everything settled.
When I was listening that from you before, it's less for me to do. I was like, what she's talking about? I have so many things to do to change everything. But actually, it's true. Do less to win the game.
Mm. If somebody was listening and they said, well, good for Fiona and Lily, but I actually have a lot to do. I have a lot of trauma and I'm really dizzy. I have depersonalization. Like, what if they said, but is this true for me? What if there's more for me to do? Because, you know, oftentimes people feel like their situation might be different.
I know. I was the same. I thought, yeah, my anxiety is worse. No, she doesn't have nothing, but I have different thoughts. I was like, no, I'm worse. I was worse in the world. I was the worst anxiety person in the world. But actually, for me was another thing, actually. I was like, well, Lily said, Nicholas said, he said, she said, he said, like, they said that to do less, it's a win. Like, let's say a win. I'm like, what if I will try to do less? Because they have been there before and they know. So this was the insight for me. Okay, I will try.
Yeah.
When I was start like recovering, and I did it actually. And I was thinking all the time, well, I'm still recovering. And when someone, for example, asking me like, Fiona, how do you feel like recently? People who know that I had anxiety. And I was like, well, I'm still recovering. And this actually wasn't great because wasn't helped me a lot. Because I thought I have stuff to do to just fully recover. But actually it's not. It's like I need to finish the graduation to get a good job and I will be happy. Or it's like I will go on holidays and when I come back, I will be happy to life. It's not like that. This is, if it's like this, like that, like this, like that, it's just still a balance. Like you don't need to do stuff to win something. That's the life.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And what you say to me one day when we was doing the video calls with other girls,
Mhm.
and I asked you about, I say to you, Lily, I have like a big waves right now with my anxiety. And you say to me, why you don't consider those big waves like a balance? And I was like, well, that's true actually. Like I was like, wow, that's a balance. I don't need to have like straight road. I have some waves, but that's balance. It's still a balance. It was such a like game changer for me.
Do you think because it made it seem like it wasn't a problem, you know, and if it's not a problem, maybe you didn't have to do anything, you know, if it's like, oh, maybe this is just a balance.
Yeah.
Because to me,
I
that, yeah, do you think that's maybe what this sense of relief, and then you took the pressure off and you're like, oh, there's nothing wrong. I'm in a big wave, but I don't have to do anything even in a big wave.
exactly. I didn't consider anymore as a problem, my anxiety. I was like, this is a state right now when I am. So it will pass. And it will pass. It pass. It's nothing to do, it's less to do.
Yes. I love that. I love that so much because I think anxiety can seem so big because we don't know that it's not a problem, that it changes on its own. Just like even when we're really excited or we're bored or we're irritated or we're frustrated, like those are, or we're sad or whatever, like those are just normal human emotions, and we get
Exactly.
thoughts and new things flow. And also human beings, we go up and down. That's okay. Like we're not going to be, when I was
Absolutely.
I was like, I didn't even want to be too excited. I just wanted to be here. And I thought maybe everybody else was here. And everybody's all just normal. Like, so
Exactly.
you see with kids when they're super energetic and then they're tired and then they're whiny. And it's like, oh, they're just flowing through life, and that's what it is. It's like life is happening. And then thought comes in and either says, this is a problem. Like, when it's like, oh, wait, what if it's not? What if this is all just life, sensations and energy and just flowing? And I think what I'm hearing is you're back in the flow of life and you see how beautifully you're designed. And it's so freeing, where the flow of life can include, as you said, like hard stuff, because that's what Sid would say too. Life is a contact sport, and I wish that nothing bad ever happened to any of us. But sometimes life happens, and this understanding really gives us a roadmap, of how to hear our wisdom and common sense, how to stay in the flow of life, and how to ride the waves.
Exactly. That's absolutely true. Like this is life. I was thinking as well when I overcome the anxiety, I was like, we don't judge ourselves when we are happy or sad, or when we cry, or when we are sick, or why do we need to judge this?
Mm-hmm.
It's if you see without judgment and looking without judgment, it's so much easier. Every thought, everything without judgment. That was a big insight for me as well. Like seeing the thoughts without judgment, it's like freedom.
Yeah.
Just they can comes and goes, and another thoughts can comes, and another feelings can comes and go. It's just like that. It's so easy.
Yeah. I love that you brought that in. And I love that you shared about some of your thoughts, because I think sometimes people think, but I had a thought about killing, or I had a thought about sleep, or I had and then it's like, oh, I don't have to take it so personally.
Oh,
There's judgment. There's no,
trust me,
yeah.
I have so many other thoughts. So many thoughts. And I think so many people have like different thoughts, because I was trying to find in your videos like my thoughts, and I was just like, well, this is not my thought is not here, like, you know what I mean? So intrusive thoughts, like people can have different kind of thoughts. And then I found out like I'm a good person still. I have those thoughts, but this is not me. It's Bob creates me those fake scenarios in my head. And so yeah.
Well, I can't thank you enough. This is so amazing. I'm like, can't wait to put it out, because I know it's going to be so helpful for people, because you touched on so many things that can cause people very innocently so much suffering, like heart palpitations, dizziness, intrusive thoughts, depersonalization and derealization, and just anxiety really consuming you. And then through insights, and also you've shared so many things that I think people are really going to relate to. And your like your spirit is infectious. You definitely exude like freedom and good feeling and clarity and hope, because you are hopeful, but you have hope from the inside. You're not saying, well, I'm only going to be okay because now I'm free from anxiety and I never blah 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 and it's a happily ever after. You're like, I'm free, and I'm free for anything. I'm free, and that's what I think is just
Yeah,
really
exactly.
infectious. So I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy I'm here. Honestly, I was just imagining one day like sharing my stories and being like inspiring for the other people, and I'm really really happy for myself first, because I deserve this life. Like I deserve the freedom, And I want to like give a big, big hug and love to everyone who is suffering in silence right now. But it will be okay. I was there and I'm here and I'm living my life. Doesn't matter how rich or poor or whatever your situation is at the moment. It's just one life and we need to enjoy it. That's it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And if anybody's listening and you're thinking, I want to be on a stories of hope, like, and you'll be, you know, you'll be like, just like,
Absolutely.
maybe we'll be recording in a couple weeks or a couple months because it was pretty soon. And I don't want to, there's no pressure because everybody has insights in their own time. But to me, it's really hopeful
Absolutely.
where you were suffering for a long time and then you started to hear things and you started to feel really good pretty soon.
Just it doesn't matter. For me, it was months. For someone, it can be years, and that's absolutely fine because we have different like roads. The life is not the same, but just like gets time. Let it be. Just whatever.
Yeah. I think to me, you also were so curious about it. Like it was very, you were like, oh, let me try this. That's how I was. I was like, oh, Nicola said this and Sari said this. I was like, well, I guess I'll try it. So if anyone feels inspired, give it a try. Listen to a few more stories or watch some of Sid's book, or watch some of Sid's videos, or, I Too Love A Little Piece of Mind by Nicola Bird, or check out the Peace from Within community. So there's so many things, and you can just get curious and take any pressure off. Just see if you are in a good feeling listening or reading anything.
Sorry, I didn't listen
Oh,
to you.
I was just saying a little bit at the end of what might be helpful for people. You want me to read?
Yes.
And it was kind of just what you
I
said.
I didn't hear I didn't hear the last things that you said.
Oh, well, I had said to people to just be curious, maybe, and watch a few of Sid's videos, or maybe read A Little Piece of Mind, or if they want
Absolutely.
a piece from within,
Absolutely.
and just listen for a feeling. And that was because it seems like what you did. You were just listening and you were just trying. You weren't putting pressure. You weren't working hard. You were just like, oh, you just listened. And I love when you said at first you were listening with your intellect, which is really normal. And you said, what if I just listened with my heart? So maybe people, when you were just listening,
Yes,
you were just listening. And I bet you were in a good feeling. And that's all you need to do.
exactly. I didn't understand by then when you were saying it's okay if you don't understand me, if you don't understand me. I was like, what she's talking about? Like, I need to understand what she's saying. Like, you know what I mean? And after I was like, okay, it's the insight. I don't need to listen intellectually. I need to listen from my heart, from my own.
Yeah. Well, because then you had your own insights. Then it came to you, oh, this is like a toxic relationship. And this is Bob, like, which is so much more powerful because then it came from within. Like you were, and I don't know how to exactly describe it, but then you started listening to you and having things that made it click for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Fiona, and thank you for taking the time out while you are on holiday in Greece. So I hope you have a wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye. I'll talk to you soon.